million Filipino families by 2025. And in promoting our advocacy, we use this book, The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future. This book has changed a lot of people's lives. You should read it. If get a soft copy. We have a short version in ebook format. You can ask the person who invited you. And if you want the full version consisting of 9 very informative chapters, including managing debts effectively, you should join IMG. So, let's talk about utang. Medyo sensitive topic siguro, uh, especially if you have a lot of debts right now. But I don't want you to be uncomfortable kasi I want you to know that you are not alone. Ako, meron din akong utang. I have a lot of credit card debts. And many IMG members have also similar problems when it comes to utang. And that is precisely why we joined IMG, because we want to be debt-free. And because of IMG, I learned how to effectively pay off my debts. Although I'm not yet totally debt-free, but I feel that I am getting there, and it's a big improvement compared to when I was not yet financially educated. So let's go back to the definition of utang. Utang is an amount of money borrowed by one party from another. Kung utang, ibig sabihin yung nangutang ay magbabayad at a later date, usually with interest. Importante yung issue na kailangan bayaran ang utang kasi money problems, especially utang, destroy relationships. So right now, if you have a lot of debts, maybe you will answer yes to this question. Pagod ka na ba sa kaka-utang or kakabayad ng utang? Kasi nakakalok ka kung marami tayong utang, 'di ba? So, alam mo ba yung mga emotional effects of debt? Ito, stress. Kung meron kang utang, most likely you are stressed. Para silang conjoined twins. Yung stress na it's exhibited by lack of sleep, loss of focus, and palagi kang na-worry. So, recently, one of my cousins had a financial dilemma, and then she was thinking about whether she would get into debt or to buy a house or something like that, or to pay for the down payment. And then because of what I learned in IMG, I discouraged her from going into debt, especially a huge amount of debt that she cannot sustain. Instead, I encouraged her to save for the down payment of her future house. So when you become an IMG financial educator, you can help your families like this. You can help them decide what to do, something like that. So I feel it's very rewarding. So another emotional effect is that yung fear and panic, 'di ba? Especially kung hinahabol ka talaga sa inuutangan mo. And then eto, anger, nagagalit yung mga, usually hindi lang yung inutangan but also yung nangutang, nagagalit sa inuutangan nila, nagagalit sa mga taong nagbibigay sa kanila ng bills, nagagalit sa kanilang mga boss kasi hindi sila binibigyan ng increase ng sweldo. Nagagalit sila sa kanilang partners kasi why are you not making more money? And then pati yung mga anak nila, nagagalit din sila kasi bakit palaging hingi ng hingi? And then most of all, nagagalit din sila sa kanilang sarili dahil bakit sila nagkaganito? And then the fourth effect is yung depression. Depression people feel hopeless, sometimes ask sila, ano ba, natutulog ba ang Diyos? Bakit nagkaganito ako? Meron silang low self-esteem. And then yung ibang na-depress, they sometimes relieve their depression by treating themselves into a shopping spree. Para gusto nilang, they want to feel happy. So, yun, nag-shopping spree. And then they end up getting into more debt. So those are the emotional effects of debt. But we have to realize that debt is not the problem. Bad debt is just a symptom. So how do we get into bad debt? This is just an example, no? So for example, meron tayong present income, and then yung present income natin, ginagamit natin for our present needs like yung mga food, water, electricity, ano pa ang ibang present needs natin. And kung hindi kasya, nangungutang tayo para to buy what we want. Yun, yung mga wants natin, yun ang mga shining, shimmering, splendid things that akala natin hindi tayo mabubuhay kung wala. Example, yung iPhone. Akala natin na kailangan talaga natin ng iPhone, but we can live without an iPhone, di ba?
Saman!
Ay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, na-mute na. So that would be an utang number 1. Saan tayo kukuha sa utang number 1 natin? Kinukuha natin yan sa future income. Hindi lang kinukuha, para siyang ninanakaw natin yung future income natin para mabili lang yun natin yung present wants natin. So, when the future income, kung yung future is magiging present na, so since ninakaw mo na yung future income mo, wala ka nang pambayad sa future needs mo. So kung wala kang pambayad sa future needs, you will end up making utang number 2, and then hindi ka pa rin kontento, meron ka pa rin future wants, and kailangan mo talagang bilhin yung future wants mo kasi yung kapitbahay mo may bago siyang flat screen TV. Gusto mo rin na meron kang flat screen TV, yung malaki, even though hindi naman siya kakasya sa living room mo. Pero gusto mo yon, so nag-utang ng... Ay, sorry. Okay. Paki-mute. Make sure your microphones are on mute para hindi natin ma-disturb yung ibang listeners. Okay, so this is an example kung bakit tayo nagkakautang kasi we are not able to discipline ourselves. We end up buying our lifestyle is more than what we could afford. Okay, so but there is a good news. Okay, there is a solution, there is a cure, and that is we need to get out of debt. And there are 2 essential factors in getting out of debt. Very important, we need to have financial discipline and support. Yung cycle ng debt, yung palagi tayong utang kasi na bumibili tayo ng hindi natin ma-afford, we get trapped into the debt cycle kasi wala tayong financial discipline. We were not able to save when we needed it, and we spent more than what we earned. So that's why it's really important to save in order to address the challenges that life will throw at us. Then it's also very important to have support because your burden becomes lighter when we have people around us who will, guide us into the right path. That is very important. Then let's analyze our current debt situation. meron, yung debts natin, it's composed of big debts and small debts. So, yung example ng big debts are yung housing loan, auto loan, business loan, yung mga ano talaga, almost mga millions na yung uh, klase na debt. Then yung small debt, ito yung mga personal loans, yung mga credit card debts, yung mga loans natin sa co-op. So, kung iisipin nyo, how many big debts do you have right now? How many small debts do you have? So, it's important to identify them, list them down, and maybe arrange them to the smallest amount first until the last yung biggest amount. And then part of solving the debt problem is understanding why you got into debt. So yung example natin kanina, 'di ba? It was about paying for our wants with utang. Wala pa tayong our income is not enough, but we want some things that are not important, kaya umutang tayo. So yung kanina, that was a that was related to the lack of guidance. Wala lang talagang nakasabi sa atin na we have to control our spending, especially if we have limited income. Hindi kasi yan tinuturo sa schools natin. From we studied from elementary, high school to college, pero walang nagturo sa atin that we should manage our money well. So that's one of the reasons why we got into debt. And then number 2, ito yung peer influence or pressure, especially when we have friends that are medyo hindi din sila they don't think about their future. Ang gusto nila talaga is, YOLO, you live only once. Akala nila yun ang importante. Kailangan gawin nila ang lahat. Bahala na kung mangutang kasi you live only once. But they fail to realize that you also grow old, and then we need to address that and prepare for that. So careful when you have friends who are pressuring you to get into utang. And then number 3, yung material satisfaction. Yung material satisfaction, sometimes we label them as wants, pero sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, actually I think yung material satisfaction, like for example, yung gusto talaga natin ng iPhone, we label it as want, pero for me, I think we are trying to address the need of acceptance, or you become in with the crowd kasi ba, because it's a need. The need for belongingness is part of our psyche. So we're trying to address that, and then we prioritize that. That's why we get into debts instead. And then meron ding mga utang that hindi naman natin sinadya. It's just that merong sickness in the family, yung provider na nawala prematurely, he died too soon, so it could be a cause for people getting into debt. And then yung breadwinner na aksidente at hindi na makakatrabaho, so yun, it's another reason why the family would get into debt. And then there are also emergencies and calamities that we don't know when will happen, but we know that it's possible emergencies and calamities will happen. That's why it's important to have an emergency fund para hindi tayo magkakautang when there are emergencies and calamities. And then, so let's talk about the ways to become debt-free. So, yung number one is acceptance. Acceptance is the first step to healing. Acceptance is important kasi one of the reasons that people can't get out of debt is because they are in denial. And of course, the opposite of denial, di ba, is acceptance. Sabi nila, acceptance is the key to move on. So move on tayo from being buried in debt. And number two, guidance. Kailangan natin ng mentors, kailangan natin ng coach sa umpisa. Hindi mo na kailangan gumamit ng Google kasi you've met IMG. The search is over because IMG is here to help you. IMG has mentors, financial coaches that will guide you how to manage your money. Nandito lahat sa IMG, bibigyan ka ng guidance as to proper debt management until you learn how to do it yourself, and by doing it yourself, you will also become, later on you will find that you will also become a mentor and a coach to your family. You become a financial educator to your family and friends. Di ba? Maganda? And then number three, way to become debt-free is yung commitment. You need to be committed to work on reducing and managing your debt. Parang pag-ibig, kung mahal mo siya, you will stay committed. So kung mahal mo ang sarili mo, you have to be committed to change your financial situation. And then, kailangan din, you have to believe, not just you are committed, but you have to believe that one day you will become debt-free. Ballpen manggali mawala, utang pakaha, di ba? So, number four, downsize. You have to consider seriously downsizing. Maybe meron kang mga bagay-bagay na we can consider as extra. Pwede, kung wala sila sa ating buhay, pwede we can still survive. So baka pwede mo mabenta yung iba na mga extra mo. So kung mabenta mo siya, you will have more funds to pay off your debt. Then huwag mong ikakahiya ang pagiging kuripot. Because downsizing, you are really you're trying to be frugal, okay? So tandaan mo ito, mayroon kang karapatan maging kuripot dahil pinaghirapan mo ang pera mo at hindi ito pinupulot. Okay? And then number 5, reorganize. You have to balance your needs and wants. You have to list down ano ba yung needs mo, ano ba yung wants mo. Organize them properly. What can you afford? What can't you afford? Kung hindi mo ma-afford, huwag mo munang bilhin kasi hindi mo afford. Don't go back to getting into more debt kasi gusto mo talagang bilhin ang hindi mo ma-afford. Magkaiba kasi yung importante sa priority. Maari sa tingin mo yung importante ang bagong cellphone pero hindi naman siya priority kasi yung luma mong cellphone, wala namang problema. It still works. So you really have to think about the way you spend your money. And then number 6, change your circle of influence. Ito yung mga friends mo. Yes, it would be easy to change your circle of influence. You just be part of a community that will help you to become debt-free. Or, I have a challenge for you. How about, instead of changing your circle of influence, you become the influencer. Kung yung mga friends mo gusto talaga nila ng spending, then be the person that will change their lives. Be the person that will help them change from being spenders into savers. But you have to start with yourself. You yourself have to start, and that's why when you start, it's really important to be part of a community that will encourage you to start becoming debt free. And then, number seven, pay in advance. 'Di ba? Sabi ko kanina, how about you list down your debts, yung mga small debts, big debts, arrange them, and then pay them in advance. Pay off the small debts first. Kasi kung for example, if you have 10 10 different debts or loans, if you just start eliminating 1, 2, 3, 4, when yung para kang unting nawawala ng mga tinik, 'di ba? So it's a good way to start paying off your debts. And then very important, huwag na huwag dagdagan yung debts mo. And then lastly, we come to the action plan. Sa action plan, ito, 3 things sa action plan. Be financially educated, increase your cash flow, and reduce your expenses. Everything you will find in IMG. IMG will always be there to help you, and the key word is action. You have to take action to be financially educated, increase income, and reduce your expenses. Di ba, yung ibang tao nga may kapansanan, but how come some of them become successful? Because they are taking action. They don't just sit around and have pity on themselves, diba? So how much more yung mga tao that are fully able? Meron, you have 2 hands, I have 2 hands, the left and the right. So we should do more, diba? We can do it. We can be debt-free. You just need to take action. So ask your IMG friend how to join IMG. We will help you to become financially educated. You can become your own financial educator. And then IMG can help you increase your cash flow and provide the support that you need to exercise financial discipline. Because in IMG, the IMG leaders always lead by example. Wala pong IMG leader na gastador. Lahat po kuripot. But most of all, hindi lang kuripot, but they're all givers. Giver ng time, giver ng tithes. So, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you learned something. I will turn you back to Eljun kung meron. Nandito si Eljun. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.